Look what came in the mail. So what is up, everybody? I am Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel, and I ordered something off cinema1.com. It took a while to get here, but better late than never. The reason why I got this package was because I had the Doctor Sleep on 4K, and I wanted to watch it, but then I realized I haven't seen The Shining in quite a while, maybe at least 7, 8 years. So I decided, instead of popping in my old school Blu-ray, I thought I'd get it on 4K. So that is what's in here. It is The Shining on 4K. Now, the surprise of this video is to see whether I have a slipcover or not. So that's my goal. I am not too my hopes are not that high, because, you know, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But yeah, we didn't get the slipcover this time, boys. That's fine. I got this on the Halloween sale online, and it was about $19, so it's not the worst. But again, it's Stanley Kubrick's. Stanley Kubrick. I'm always adding to my Stanley Kubrick collection. I'm trying to get Stanley Kubrick films and John Carpenter films. So that's my collection, my magnum opus, trying to get. But it's not too bad. 19 bucks for the Halloween sale. I was hopefully trying to get it in the store so I didn't have to pay that much, because at the end of the day I had to pay maybe $29, $28 after taxes as well as shipping just to get this in. So it's okay. So here is the front. I like this art style. I've never fully looked at this in person before, but you can see you have Jack's script writing here for his book, as well as the hotel, and then it's a silhouette of Jack himself with his kid in the front. So that's really nice. I really wish this came with a slipcover, because I have Dr. Sleep on a slipcover, but it's okay. It's the American release. I'm guessing Canadian home video, but it doesn't have the French on it, so that's very nice. But we have a loose disc, boys. We got a loose disc, guys. So let's pop this open and see if hopefully it runs, hopefully it works, hopefully it's not scratched to shit. But yeah, I mean, at a certain point I had to reevaluate my situation, where it's like, am I really gonna miss out on getting this catalog item, this one of the best 4Ks out there, just because it doesn't have a piece of plastic or a piece of cardboard covering it? So let's do a little type of unboxing video. So that's pretty dope. Here are the special features. Special features on Blu-ray: commentary, Steadicam. Let me see if I can get Steadicam inventor, operator Garrett Brown, historian John Baxter on 4K and Blu-ray. Vivian Kubrick's documentary, The Making of The Shining, with optional commentary. 3 mesmerizing featurettes, views from the Overlook Hotel, crafting The Shining, the visions of Stanley Kubrick and Wendy Carlos, composer. Okay. It's filmed by Stanley Kubrick. Here are the stats for the complete 4K Ultra HD. You need all this bullshit. So yeah, that's pretty cool. 144 minutes. So let's see. Oh, so what was... Oh, it was this. Okay, and here is the digital code for those who want to use it. I never use this shit, so I mean, be my guest. I really don't care. But if you do take this code, please leave a like, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, then you're a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm just joking. But yeah, that'd be very nice. I mean, if you're gonna take my digital code, you might as well give me something in return. So instead of paying for it, you can always give me a subscribe. So boom, it's available until December 31st, 2021. So you still got time. You still got a couple months left. It's on Movies Anywhere. So I don't know if it's in Canada, anywhere in Canada. I don't know if it's only consumer consent age reside in the USA or Canada register. Okay, so if you're in the US or Canada, closed 2019. I like this artwork. I wish I had this. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I wish I had the steelbook, but the steelbook is hard to come by nowadays. Anyways, that was that. Now let's take a look at the inside. So you have here first, which was the loose disc, which was the standard Blu-ray. Nothing too special. Again, is it scratched up? Thankfully, no scratches, so we're in the clear. And then this 4K is so boring. Like, what the hell? Why can't they just step their shit up and put some artwork? Put, like, at least put the "Here's Johnny" scene in the front. Like, why is it so hard to... I don't know, maybe I'm just complaining, but, like, as physical media continues to get more and more niche and more towards the, like, collector's audience, like, add some more artwork to, like, make it more nicer so that people want to buy these things. It makes it feel like more than just, oh, I'm gonna buy this movie so I can watch it, and instead more like a collector's item. Now, why isn't this closing? Jeez. But anyways, that was my unboxing for today's mail day. I got The Shining for 19 bucks, so that was pretty good. Okay, now that we are done unboxing this, I was able to screen this movie all 2 hours and 30 minutes, so it's technically the extended cut. I know there's a 119 minutes, so it's like an hour and 55-minute cut, but this is the extended cut. Technically, that's what's mostly available on home video. But anyways, holy shit, this is really demo worthy. This is an amazing 4K, especially for it being a 35mm film that's been restored from the original camera negatives and presented in Dolby Vision, HDR10 and HDR10 Plus. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I could have easily compared it to the standard Blu-ray and been like, oh yeah, it's okay, but I want to give you a real comparative review, because most people, this is a new transfer, I believe 2019 or something like that. So what most people have when it comes to The Shining on Blu-ray is this 2007 copy of The Shining. This is a good comparison where I wanted to start at. Now, one of my first cons before getting into sucking this Blu-ray's dick is that there's nothing new. So the same special features are on this as well. You're not going to get anything new besides the visuals. Because, shocker alert, I didn't know this. I thought this was going to be like a new Dolby Atmos and 7.1, but no, this is the exact same 5.1 audio track that can be found on the standard Blu-ray that was released almost 15 years ago. So that's a bit of a disappointment, but again, for a 41-year-old film, I'm not expecting the whole things, because I do want to give it some praises, because the audio is actually really good. For being a 5.1, which I know is already a pretty good 5.1 surround, for those deep audio files, you really want that 7.1, but for it services the film's needs, and like, it still gives a pulse-pounding sound. Like, throughout the movie, there's these like heartbeat scenes where they'll play like a heartbeat in the background, and that shit shakes my subwoofers and it gives my system a workout. And like, I thought that it was like someone walking up the stairs or like someone knocking on my door. Those kind of creepy, eerie feelings I had throughout the entire film. So even though it's not a 7.1 track, you're not really missing out on that much, and it doesn't feel like you're like missing out. It's like when you're used to 4Ks and then all of a sudden you start watching a DVD, you feel this like dirty griminess where it's like, ooh, I don't like this feeling. You're not gonna get that when it comes to the audio standpoint. But then again, what this is best at is the visuals, and the visuals I want to state is that they look absolutely amazing. The grain structure is so fine and it's barely noticeable. Like, obviously, when it's the most noticeable is when it's pure white scenes. So when they're outside in like the mid movie, when they're at the Overlook Hotel and he's taking Danny out for a walk, and it's like there's snow all over the place, you can see the grain pretty heavily, obviously, because it's gonna be like that. Like even the Matrix, that scene, that first Morpheus scene where it's like it's all white walls, there's a lot of grain in that, so obviously you're gonna get that. But when it's inside the hotel, when you're getting all those other scenes, you're really not gonna notice the grain structure. You're really not gonna notice the grain. It's not very heavy. So if you're a grain hater, you're gonna love this 4K because it's barely noticeable, and obviously you are gonna see it but it's a je ne sais quoi. It's a little, you know, a rustic feel to it, but it's not like super bad. Like the grain is really good. And when a lot of people are like, oh, it feels like this film was shot yesterday, some shots look really good, really crispy. And I would say that, like, if I saw like that, especially that ending scene where it has that panning zoom into the frame and it shows those pillars, that looks like a scene that could probably have been made on a 4K camera like yesterday, but no, it was made 41 years ago. So I always hate when people are like, oh, it feels like it was shot yesterday, and then I watch the movie and it's like, no, it doesn't. It feels like a 41-year-old movie made on film. But for a lot of the scenes on this, it looks really good. Now, I want to talk about the HDR because that is the biggest standpoint on this Blu-ray. The reds, oh my god, the reds are so good. Every time there's a red, a orange, a blue, a green, they stand out so much. Like originally, like when I was seeing the first scene with Shelley Duvall's character, she's wearing that red sweater. Comparing to the black wall, it was so bright and vibrant and deep and rich. All the colors are so rich, and it's absolutely like eye-gasmic. That's, if I could say a word term for the HDR, it's eye-gasmic. The blacks are inky black, like when you're seeing someone's hair and how dark it is comparing it to the background. It's absolutely amazing, and the only time where it's not inky black is the final chase scene, but that could be okay because it's during a snowstorm, and if you've been through a snowstorm, obviously it's not going to be a pitch black thing. Like sometimes I'll look out my window thinking it's daytime, but it's just the moon reflecting off the snow. So I'll give it to it that part, but the HDR is absolutely amazing because again, there is Dolby Vision, there is a HDR10, and there's also HDR10 Plus. So the HDR in this film is absolutely amazing, especially when it comes to that scene where the blood comes out of the elevator. That was a little disappointing because I thought it was the reds were going to be a lot richer, but that's also due to its source material and what actual liquid they used. It looks like red Kool-Aid. It doesn't look like actual blood, but it's okay. That was the type of vibe they were trying to go for. So again, as I stated, HDR10, HDR, all that stuff is really amazing. Comparing it to the Blu-ray, you're gonna get a lot deeper sharpness. Like there's some scenes in the Blu-ray which look soft, but on the HDR or on the 4K, they look really sharp and really clean. So if you've never seen The Shining, or if you still have this old copy from 2007, throw the shit in the trash. And if you have an upgrade, if you have upgraded to a 4K TV, to a 4K Blu-ray player, I highly, 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 highly recommend this. I know a lot of people have it. I was unlucky to getting it now because I recently saved up enough money to actually invest in a good 4K setup. So by the time I got it, I was only able to get the normal, no slip, no nothing, no steelbook. I kind of want to get the steelbook because this is an amazing film. It's one of the first films that made me like look around and creep around because again, there's no 7.1, there's no Dolby Atmos track, but there's not really much sound editing. I mean, there is great sound editing, and for what it is, it absolutely services the film to what its needs are. Like, especially when most of its emotion is coming from the music in the background and the deep atmospheric type, creaking sounds, heartbeats, those little swing, 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 swing when they show dead bodies and stuff. It's absolutely bone chilling, and you're not really missing out on those side specs when it comes to the audio. But again, going back to what I said, restored original 35mm negative, presented in Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus, which is a great. Grain structure is amazing. If you're a grain hater, you're gonna love this because it looks absolutely like unnoticeable. Like you barely notice the grain. The great HDR. HDR is the biggest highlight of this 4K. If you are iffy on it, if you're iffy on 4K, this will shut you the fuck up because of how nice it is. The sharpness, the color gamut, it's absolutely amazing. Inky blacks as always, and audio is amazing. Unfortunately, that's all you're gonna get when it comes to the that increasement or that upgrade. Which I guess you're like, what the hell? That's a big upscale. A lot of people don't really think so. So like your only biggest upgrade you're gonna get is the visuals. The audio is not upgraded. Nothing is added. There's no like 15, like there's no 40-year anniversary. Like I was really hoping to get like a 40-year anniversary documentary, any of that stuff. But no, the bonus features are the exact same from the standard Blu-ray, and it's still that same 480 with the black bars cutting off that documentary, like the making of Shining, which was kind of bummed me out because I was really excited to see like a 40-year anniversary with like Shelley Duvall and like Jack Nicholson, seeing how their perspective was and how much it impacted their careers. I don't know anything like that, but I heard that like Stanley Kubrick kind of put Shelley Duvall through hell when filming this, so she probably wouldn't have the highest regards for that. For when it comes to any 4K special features, you're not going to get anything besides a commentary track. So that basically sums it up. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time, but number one, I would give this a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. Again, the audio is missing and the special features are missing, but based on a 4K visual standpoint, this is absolutely one of the best in my collection, and I'm so happy that I got it, and I'm so thankful to Cinema One for having that amazing sale, for giving me this for I think 40% off or something. So I got this for so cheap, and I highly recommend anyone who ever hasn't gotten this, please get it. And if you're still holding on to your 2007 copy like I was, I highly, highly, highly implore you to upgrade. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching that video of mine. I am Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think of my 4K reviews. I'm not really too used to it. I just am giving my opinion on what I see, what I notice, especially as coming from a visual file and an audio file, because I'm really particular when it comes to those type of things. Because in the beginning, I remember I was like, oh, 4K, 4K, 4K. But then when I got it, I'm like, it's not the best. I mean, to be fair, I have a 65-inch OLED, so I know a lot of people are like, oh, 65 inches, you need at least 125. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm a college student, bro. I don't got that money, but for what I have so far, it's pretty good. You know, some of these older films I really like on 4K. The only newer films that really blew my mind were Tenet, but again, that was made on film. But Infinity War looks really good on 4K. So, you know, I'm starting to get into 4K. I have a bunch of 4Ks. I bought in so many 4Ks. It's just I haven't gotten the time to watch them because I'm stuck between like work and stuff. But, you know, finally I'm getting the time to, you know, watch my catalog, and I'll let you guys know what I think about these. Obviously, I'm late. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this came out a while back, 2019. So, you know, it came out 39 years after the original Shining came out. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching the video of mine. I'm Mason from the Mockbuster YouTube channel. Let me know down below if you guys have the Shining on 4K. Let me know what you guys think of the transfer. What do you guys think of the movie in general? I haven't watched that movie since like grade 9 in 2013, and this shit was creepy as fuck. This was like an actually good movie, and like Stanley Kubrick, now I know why he's touted as one of the greatest filmmakers, is because he was able to make such a creepy, scary film. And there's like one person died. Technically 2 people. Jack dies in the end. Spoiler alert. But there's only 1 person being killed, and it's like, wow. It's all atmosphere. It's all music and stuff. But anyways, yeah, please leave a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching another video of mine. Please have a good day, night, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Please stay safe. God bless. And, you know, let's keep physical media alive. Subscribe. You know, stay tuned. I post so many videos. I post at least once a day, so please make sure to stick around if you guys like physical media. So Blu-rays, 4Ks. I found my old CDs. I don't know if people like CDs. I'm a big music head, but I'm also really into action figures. I have so many NECA figures that I want to take a look. I only have 10 days left, so I gotta look at all my NECA figures in a row. So if you guys like action figures, physical media, any of that stuff, please subscribe and stick around. You know, I feel like I'm fun. Let's have fun together and join my journey as a 21-year-old who is getting into physical media. So thanks so much, and please stay safe. God bless. Stick around. Cheers, guys.